They say some women glow differently, not from beauty, not from charm, but from a storm that hides behind their calm. You feel it before she even speaks, a quiet electricity, the kind that makes the air tremble. Her presence lingers like a scent you can't name, like something divine that doesn't belong entirely to this world. She is the woman you can't explain, the one who doesn't chase attention yet commands every room she enters. Her silence is louder than other people's words. Her eyes speak of galaxies and grief all at once. When she smiles, it feels like mercy. When she cries, it feels like prophecy. Most people mistake her for mysterious, but she's not trying to be. Her mystery is simply the weight of her awareness, the knowing of things she's never been told. She reads energy like other people read text messages. She senses deceit before it's spoken. She feels what others repress, and that's what terrifies them. Because a woman with rare spiritual power isn't here to play nice with illusions. She's here to shatter them. She doesn't ask for truth. She demands it by existing. Her very presence exposes who's real and who's faking their light. And when she walks away, she leaves you staring at your own shadow. Men often confuse her for danger because she doesn't obey. Women sometimes envy her because she mirrors the parts of them they've buried. But she doesn't need to compete or explain. Her power isn't performance, it's remembrance. A soul that has walked through lifetimes, burning and rebirthing, until it learned how to glow without catching fire. This kind of woman doesn't need validation. She is validation. She doesn't crave attention. She attracts revelation. And when you meet her, your life splits open in two, the time before her and everything after. So tonight I'll reveal the hidden signs of such women, the rare ones, the old souls in modern bodies, the healers disguised as heartbreakers. These are the 7 signs that you're in the presence of a woman who was never meant to live an ordinary life, because her soul remembers the power most have forgotten. Her first sign is sensitivity, but not the fragile kind. It's a radar for truth, a deep, ancient empathy that sees through masks, through words, through the walls people build to hide their pain. She feels everything, your excitement before you speak it, your sadness behind your smile. Her emotions aren't reactions, they're revelations. When she enters a room, she's flooded with invisible frequencies, joy, grief, jealousy, desire, all whispering at once. It's overwhelming, but it's her gift. This kind of woman doesn't just sense moods, she absorbs them. She carries other people's heartbreaks like borrowed ghosts. She cries for strangers and dreams other people's nightmares. And sometimes she calls it a curse, because no one taught her that this sensitivity is her superpower. Most people call her too emotional, but what they really mean is she can't be deceived. Her body feels the truth her mind doesn't yet understand. Her skin tingles when energy is off. Her heart races when someone lies. Her intuition is an ancient instrument, and every vibration in the air plays upon it. She doesn't trust logic because she feels beyond it, and that scares people who live only in the mind. They call her dramatic, unstable, difficult, not because she is, but because she refuses to numb herself into their shallow comfort. What she feels is the world's collective ache, and yet she turns that ache into art, into beauty, into empathy so deep that it can heal others just by listening. That's the mark of a woman with spiritual power. She doesn't run from emotion, she channels it. The woman who feels everything isn't weak. She's a human antenna for the divine. She absorbs pain, filters it through love, and gives it back as light. And if you've ever met such a woman, you'll never forget her, because she doesn't just touch your heart, she translates your soul. She doesn't chase chaos. Chaos chases her. Where others live comfortably in the shallow, she lives at the edge of transformation. Everywhere she goes, things start to shift. Relationships end. Truths unravel. Old patterns collapse. It's not coincidence. It's her energy shaking everything false into dust. People call her intense, dramatic, too much. But that's what happens when divine order enters an unhealed space. Her presence is a mirror, and most people don't like what it shows. She doesn't destroy, she reveals. She is not the cause of the storm, she's the calm at its center. When life around her begins to crumble, she doesn't panic. She watches with quiet eyes, knowing that destruction is only creation wearing its shadow. This is the alchemy of her spirit, to take chaos, burn it, and make it holy. People who meet her often say, "Everything changed after she came into my life." They mean it both as a blessing and a curse. Because once she enters your world, the fake parts of you won't survive. Your comfort zones start cracking, your illusions start screaming. She awakens what's been asleep, and that's never gentle work. This woman doesn't fear mess. She isn't afraid of life's wild structure. Where others see conflict, she sees patterns. Where others see endings, she senses rebirth. That's her secret gift. She doesn't avoid the darkness, she dances with it until it turns into light. If she's in your world, pay attention. The arguments, the emotional breakdowns, the sudden shifts, they aren't random. They're your life rearranging itself around her frequency. She's not chaos. She's divine alignment disguised as a storm. And when she leaves, you won't be the same. You'll either curse her name for the mess she made, or you'll thank her for the truth she forced you to face. Either way, her energy rewires you, and you'll never again confuse peace with silence. She walks alone, not because she's lonely, but because her soul speaks a language few can understand. Crowds drain her, small talk starves her. She needs silence the way others need applause. In solitude, she doesn't feel empty, she feels infinite. The world calls her detached, distant, hard to reach, but she's not unreachable, she's tuned to a higher frequency. She belongs to the in-between, the space where time slows, where intuition whispers, where the veil between worlds grows thin. When she disappears for days, she isn't avoiding life, she's communing with it. You see, some women recharge in company. She recharges in stillness. While others fear being alone, she treats solitude like a sacred temple, because when she's alone, she remembers who she is. Her power returns in the quiet, in the moonlight, in the hum of her own heartbeat. She doesn't fear silence. She is silence, the kind that makes people uncomfortable because it demands authenticity. When she looks at you, she sees everything you've tried to hide, your fears, your lies, your unspoken longing, but she never judges them. She understands, because she's seen the same shadows inside herself. Her solitude isn't isolation, it's expansion. She feels the trees breathe, she senses the ocean's pulse, she cries when the sky changes color, laughs when the wind shifts direction. The whole universe is her lover. She just remembered what others forgot, that we're never truly alone. People often mistake her independence for pride, but it's not pride, it's protection, because the world loves to consume what it doesn't understand. And she's learned that sacred energy must be guarded, not shared with everyone who smiles at it. She walks alone, yes, but every step she takes ripples through the unseen. She's connected to everything, even when she stands by herself. That's her paradox, solitary, yet universal. A woman who can be surrounded by emptiness and still feel full of God. She does know one you can't lie to. You can try, but she'll read your truth in the tremor of your voice, the flicker of your eyes, the silence between your words. Deception has a frequency, and her soul is perfectly tuned to it. She doesn't need proof, she doesn't need confession, she simply knows. You can dress your intentions in kindness, but she'll feel the manipulation underneath. You can smile with your lips, but she'll hear the fear in your energy, because she's not listening to what you say, she's listening to what your soul is screaming. This gift is both blessing and burden, because once you see through people, you can't unsee. She walks through life surrounded by ghosts of truth, the unspoken motives, the hidden wounds, the quiet betrayals that others pretend not to notice. And sometimes she wishes she didn't know. Ignorance is a luxury her spirit can't afford. When she looks at you, she doesn't see your face. She sees your patterns. She sees what you avoid. She sees the little lies you tell yourself to survive. But she never exposes them cruelly. She lets you unravel at your own pace. Because she understands masks are protection until they're not. People feel naked around her, and that both attracts and terrifies them. She makes pretenders nervous. She makes honest souls feel seen for the first time. That's her sacred power. She pierces illusion not to shame, but to awaken. She will often be accused of being suspicious, paranoid, overanalytical,